Mr. Speaker, this past weekend, as Ukrainians continue to fight valiantly for their freedom and for ours, our Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister made another visit to Kyiv to meet with President Zelenskyy and Prime Minister Shmyhal. For more than a year, Canada has remained a steadfast ally of Ukraine, with significant military aid, financial aid, sanctions on Russia, supports for Ukrainians fleeing the war, and much more. In light of the Prime Minister's visit, can the Minister of Foreign Affairs share with Canadians some of the latest measures the Government of Canada has announced to support the Ukrainian people and hold Russia to account?
The Honourable Minister for Foreign Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That's a great question. Well, in Kyiv, the Prime Minister announced $500 million more in military support, including that Canada will help train Ukrainian fighter pilots. And we also announced the seizure of the Russian Antonov plane stranded at the Pearson Airport. This is the first physical asset targeted, and with our new seizure and forfeiture powers, we are the first of our allies to make sure that we're using these powers. We know that we have to do more, and we will do more, and there will be nowhere to hide for those who profit from the illegal.
Mr. Speaker, in my riding of Davenport, we've been watching in horror as Russia continues to strike civilian targets in its unprovoked, unjustified, and illegal invasion of Ukraine. Canada stands shoulder to shoulder with the people of Ukraine, and we will do so for as long as it takes. Can the Minister of National Defence please provide an update on the additional support we are providing to Ukrainians in the face of Russia's brutal invasion?
Minister of Defence.
Mr. Speaker, since day one, Canada has stood steadfast with Ukraine in its fight for sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity. On the weekend, the Prime Minister announced another $500 million for Ukraine. That's going to go to extending Operation Unifier, Mr. Speaker. It's going to 10,000 rounds of ammunition, as well as almost 300 air defense missiles to protect Ukraine's skies. Mr. Speaker, we will always stand with Ukraine in the short and the long term. Our support will not waver. Slava Ukraini!